guys, No Mercy here, and in this guide I will actually just be covering the bosses and what every class should do on the boss. Most of the bosses, the monk and the whiz are the same, like whiz also usually TP to town. If the whiz is using storm armor and Sidestone, there will be some stunts, and the monk usually stays behind the skeletons, but I will cover those when you're not doing as normal. Alright, let's start with Aggrobus. Aggrobus' main damage is Flame Breath, and it's just a straight line, so everyone should be behind the minion. The whiz TP's back, and as soon as you see the Flame Breath, the barb should stun, because Aggrobus, after it does the Flame Breath, it starts moving around. So if you stun a Flame Breath, you both get crisp and sentence, and the boss will stay at one place. So as soon as you see the Flame Breath, barb stuns. And Blighter, I don't think I have to mention anything about Blighter. Get him a tight corner where all his Plague Lines and Plague Storms will hit as a close an area. It's a GG boss, the best boss in the game. Yeah. Barb, make sure to stun. When you see he's putting a hand down and you see the green lines, stun him, you will get crisp and proc on the boss. Then we have Bloodmaw, another good boss. His main damage is leap. You want to have him as a tight corner as possible, so he will leap more on one spot, so the minion does not run back and forth, because it has a kind of like damage, like it have time over time damage. So you see the small rings on the floor, it will keep doing damage, so more, and it stacks. So if it jumps up at the same place, there will be more damage to the minions. Then we have Bone Warlock. Bone Warlock is not a good boss. There are some tips to kill it faster. What we do in our team is that we stack a lot. Usually it's the BK decides how much. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 minutes depending on the time we have. And then when we have done 4 times, we move out. We move out so the skeletons is not in range of a Bone Warlock, and then he will do his orbs, his triple shot or quad shot. And when you see those, you have to make sure that the minions is running into those orbs. That's main damage. Alright. Then we have Coldsnap. Coldsnap is not that bad as people say. There is a small trick to actually make Coldsnap proc thorns. And what you have to do is the team stay out of his melee range, or not his entire melee, but only the minions have to be close to him. And so everyone moves out, and the BK should be at that range, at the max range of his Sith. So he only gets the stricken stacks, like just at the edge of his basic attack. And then everyone stands on the BK or a little bit behind him. So he will do the basic attack on one minion. It's only a single target, and it will proc the thorns to Coldsnap. And then of course we have the Frozen Nova, where it's like freezes everything around, and that's a big shot as well. But it's RNG, so you don't know when the Frozen Nova is gonna happen. Then we have Crusader King. Crusader King is another great boss. What we do is we wait till he has spawned all his adds, and when all his adds is spawned, it's usually 2 or 3 summonings at times, and it's usually, I think, 13 skeletons he can have. We TP him away, and then he won't spawn anymore, so the barb does not have to stun him every time he does his summoner. summoner, you know, put his egg on the ground. And what his attack is he's at triple swing. As soon as you see the triple swing, Barb should stun him. So when he does the triple swing, it's actually propping Crispin Sentence. So make him spawn ads, TP him, stun him in triple swing. Ambar. Ambar is actually a really, really nice boss. It's very important that you stay on the minions, because the meteor will hit one of your 4 players. So if you stay around the minions, the meteor will hit the minions. What is very important is, as soon as you see the red circle on the ground, you have to stun the boss. What I do is, as soon as she does the animation, I use the ground stomp as Barb, because the ground stomp have a short channeling time, so it actually times perfectly with the meteor spawning. So because she always casts casts meteor and then TP after. So if the Barb can keep stunned, she will actually not move. And if she TPs after she casts the meteor, then all the skeletons will run away from the meteor and it will do no damage. So it's very important to stun the boss as soon as you see the red circle on the ground, and also because it procs the thorns, the Crispin, sorry, when the meteor lands. What to be very aware of as BK is those fallens, because they explode. Usually they cannot one-shot the boss killer, but if something happened like missing IP for 1 second, Sang is not down, it actually can one-shot the BK. So usually we are a bit aware of how they are, and Barb stuns them so they don't run in, and kite them around so they don't hit the BK. Then we have Aerith. Let me see if there's something. Yeah, there's a trick. It's a bit difficult and hard to explain, but if you can get Aerith to charge after the whiz can move behind an object, so the Aerith will charge into the object and actually kind of stun itself. And when she does the charge and charge to that whiz but cannot reach her, the minions or the skeletons will proc full thorns, but he does not do the animation. It's a bit tricky. If you want, I can try explain in the comments if someone wants me to. Or maybe show a video of it. I will see that. Else it's just the basic attacks who does damage, and yeah, that's the main damage on Aerith. Then we have Escandial. Escandial is it's an okay boss killer. She does, or he or she, I don't know, I'll call it anything. Will actually spawn a lot of ads. I think it's 13 again. I can't remember the exact number. But what you're gonna do is let her or he spawn all the ads and then TP him. Try to TP him in an open area, because we have done a lot of mistake in TPing into a close area, because we always want bosses in close area for some reason. And then all the arcane is in a bad spot and can actually kill the BK. So try to TP into an open area. And you have to run pretty far, because the ads actually, we experienced some that the ads will follow pretty far. But then, yeah, then the repulsing wave, if the Barb is really good, have good reflexes, you can stun after you see the repulsing wave coming, so you get the full Crispin Sentence. But it has to be a really good Barb to do that, or a good BK who can do it with the bone armor. Then we have Hamelin. Nothing to say. If you have like 10 minutes to the boss, do it, else go new game, because yeah, it's a GG boss. You can't stack on it. The Whiz can do some damage on it, that's it. Really bad for thorns, just do not do any thorn damage, so I really don't recommend doing Hamelin. Then we have Infernal Maiden. Infernal Maiden is amazing boss. Yeah. Just wait for the triple spins, and the overhead damage, like when you move over, just let it do it. It's a GG boss. That's it. Don't do anything on it, don't stun it. Just let it be as it is, and make sure to pop land when you see the triple swing. What else do we have? That's not a boss. No. Let me see. That's not a boss. Man Carver. It's not a great boss either. There's some tricks to, because the main reflect damage on the boss is the spear. What you can do to make the spear proc, or make him do the ancient spear, is as soon as you see the mark on the fire, the whiz should run out, like run away, and then he will do the spear. That's pretty much it. The charge is not a good damage. It's the spear. So the wizard's job is, as soon as you see the mark on fire, new mark, go run out and he'll do the spear. Then we have Orlash. Orlash is a really bad boss, especially if you're playing with randoms. If you don't have a main team, don't do Orlash. It's the same as Warlock, except that everyone, you have to be good communication with the Barb and Monk as BK. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stack a lot of times, and then you want him to have him in a straight line, either right, up, left, or down. So if you stack, like, let's say 3 or 4 minutes strickens, what you're gonna do then is he will do the summoning, like puts his one hand and the other hand up, and then he's gonna do flame strike right after summoning. So when you see that, what we do is the monk and the BK run either up or down in the straight line, so all the skeletons come up, and then the barb stays on the boss, and then as soon as the flame breath starts, the barb is trying to aim the flame breath, not flame breath, I don't know what it's called, lightning breath, sorry, towards the BK and the monk. It's very important that the monk put a sank down on the BK, because this can actually kill the BK. So you have Orlash, and you have the barb, and you have the BK down here. So the barb is between, and then when the lightning's breath, is about to end, the barb stuns the boss, so it will get crisp and sentence proc. And the BK's job is actually to try. It can be a little difficult for the barb to aim, I admit that. So the BK should run a little bit down there to make sure that the lightning breath hits his skeletons. I really don't recommend doing Orlash, but if you have a main group, you can try practice it, and it's actually not that bad. But usually we also leave it. Then we have this boss. It's actually a GG boss. Every member of the team, the barb, the monk, and the BK, should stand directly on top of the boss. When you stay below the boss, when you stay below it, it won't use teleport. You know, when it like charges up and jump to someone. I think there's some below 50% it will do it sometimes, but usually it just charges down to us. And then he will do the Blade Cleave more. The Blade Cleave is his only damage, and you don't have to reposition your skeletons on the boss, because the Blade Cleave is a full 360-degree attack, so it will hit everything around you. So if everyone stays below the boss, he will use Blade Cleave much more, and it's actually a pretty fast boss to kill. Well, we have Perenni. Perenni is not that great. It can be really challenging because the monk is using Deadly Reach on the boss. And when the Deadly Reach is a knock up, the barb has trouble pulling the answer out. And when the barb is pulling out, the cave in, the falling rocks from the sky will actually sometimes spawns on the barb. It's actually, when we play, we see that actually spawns a lot on the barb. And if he's out, it will not hit the minions, because the cave in is It's a really good damage from Perendi, and it can be stunned, so it's a Crispin Sentence proc. But the basic attack actually does a lot of damage as well, so don't stun on the basic attacks. Cave-in, stun the cave-in. If you're really good and good at communication, the barb can push out, and sometimes me as a Wiz joins and stay out of just Perendi. It can be bad because the cave-in can land on me, and we want the cave-in on the minions. You have to find that out with the team what your preference is. But it helps to kite so the BK can stack Strickens. But Perendi TPs a lot, so usually the Ash will be on one side and the BK can move to the other side and stack. So yeah, you have to figure that out. But main damage here is cave-in. The barb should stun the cave-in, or you have to figure out barb or Rift Guardian Killer can stun it. So yeah. Then we have Rachel. Rachel is a decent boss. There's been some discussion about stunning and lightning up. Some people say don't stun because it's a 3-tick. It will tick 3 times on the lightning up if you don't stun. We stun because we think Crispin Sentence is way much more damage than 3 ticks, so you get full Crispin Sentence on the boss. So when you see the lightning up spawns, the barbs will stun immediately, and then you see 2 ticks on your skeletons. And yeah, if you can also get to a close area because you see the lightning here is the basic attacks. And in a close area, there's a chance that it will hit your minions more. What else to say? Get to a close area, stun and lightning up, or do not. Figure that out with the BK what he likes. Yeah, this is a GG boss as well. Then we have Rhyme. Rhyme is a really good boss, especially if you can get him to a close area. A place where he does not teleport out of the close area. That's a really good spot. What you want to do as Barb is, as soon as you see the rings on the floor, stun him. As soon as you see this big ring around him, stun him. There's a small delay on the spawn, so you can stun him as soon as you see the rings. So you get full Crispin Sentence. Yeah, let's just wait for the first rings and stun him. Well, we have Sandshaper. Sandshaper is a really nice boss as well. His main attack, Fireball, is a good damage. So what you have to do here is to stand directly on top of the minions. Everyone on the team's on top of the minions, because the Fireball will hit one target, but it's an area, and it will hit one of the 3 guys. So when you all stand on top of the minions, it will do area to all the minions. So it's a good way to reposition, or maybe not, it's teleport, so it will be rephrased anyway. And same as Friendly, it has cave-in. Make sure to stun at the cave-in for more damage. Energy Twister does not do damage. It's only Fireball and cave-in, so what to do here? Stand on the minion, stun on cave-in. Then we have Tetris, not a great boss. It's a single target, so you don't have to reposition your minions because she only hits one target. I only recommend doing Tetris if you have a lot of time on the boss, because she's a really, it's all damage is bone ringer and stricken, so you need a lot of time for stacking that up. Then we have Stone Singer. Stone Singer, not a great boss either. What you're gonna do? Wait for him to do the uppercut, or I don't know what people else calls it. It's when he takes you both hand back and do the uppercut. It's RNG. Basic RNG attack. So we try sometime. We took a power pylon and a pop land, and Stone Singer did not do a single uppercut in 30 seconds. So it's a really RNG. So sometimes it can be really good, like only knocking up and don't summoning those turrets. But yeah, it's an RNG boss, so I don't like Stone Singer at all. Then we have Tetris. Tetris is only a good boss if you have a lot of time. You have to get a lot of stacks because you want to get them below 65% health. After 65% health, it's a one-shot. Because you have stacked so much time to get him below 65%, and then she does all the blood pools on the floor, and when the blood pools is there, it will one-shot her because you have stacked so long time on Tetris. So what to do here? Stack, get her below 65% as fast as possible, and then she will one-shot herself. Then we have the Binder. The Binder is a really, really bad boss. But the thing you can do to make it faster, get her to a tight corner when she does not move that much around, to get more of the Thorns attacks procs, but I really don't recommend doing Binder unless you have like 10 minutes or something. It's a really bad boss. Then we have Choker. Let me see what the health. It's 75. Same as Tetris. I think Choker is a little bit better. Better, can I say better? It's a worse boss because she TPs and spawns ads, and yeah, we find out that if the barb pulls the ad away, she will always TP on the barb and on the ads. I don't know why. But yeah, if you get her below 75%, she'll one shot with the poison circles on the ground. So same as Tetris, get her below 75% as soon as possible, and we'll be one shot again. What we have Vesalius. Vesalius is the same as Bone Warlock. The main damage is the energy barrage. The energy barrage you can see actually on this picture is when he takes the hand up and he's gonna shoot, I think it's 3 balls or something like that. That's the only, he also has basic attack because every boss has basic attack who does stun damage, but this is the main damage. So what you're gonna do, we usually stack like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, as much as you have time to afford. But the thing is about energy barrage, some people say it's after the boss TPs. That's not correct. Energy barrage will be shooted if there's no of the, like the barb, the monk, the whiz, the BK. If they're out of melee range, the boss will do energy barrage. So what you're gonna do is, you see, if you say those minions are your skeletons, then you're gonna move out to like here, and you see it starts to do the energy barrage. And as soon as you see the energy barrage, like he's taking his hands up, everyone on the team run towards the BK's minions. Because the same as a fireball at Tutankule, it's a single target, but it's AoE. So when it will target one of the players, so everyone, you can't see which it's targeting. But when he shoots, everyone run to the minions, and all the 3 or 4 balls, I can't remember how much it is, would hit the skeletons. So it's stack 7 minutes, and you start running everyone out. When he shoots the energy barrage, run to the minions. Stack, and then of course the BK should keep his poison stacks up, so you run out, he shoots, run into the minions. It's gonna be a little bit challenging because the boss also does wormholes, and it's really annoying to get wormhole. Like, oh, you have a good spot, you get targeting, you're trying to run, but you get worming all the way, and you have all the boss shooting after you. So it's really not a great boss. We usually don't do it unless we have really long time and our team know what to do. Let me see. And then the final boss, we have Voracity. The Voracity. It's a really good boss. What you're gonna do is the monk have to make sure that the sank is placed before it starts to do the poison clouds. Then the poison clouds do no damage to the BK or the monk. So what you're gonna do, we wanna stack again 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on what time you have. And you want to stay as close to the boss because you want to pull all the poison to stack on top of each other. And when you have done stacking, the BK is doing the runs. So you see here in the minimap, usually you want to run all the way down here to get all the skeletons out. And when you're out, skeletons out, you start running back in, because when your skeletons is hitting the edge of the clouds, it will actually do damage. And it's, I don't know if it's a bug or it's meant to be like that, but when it's done, it takes 1 tick to the skeletons and proc thorns, so it will be like 7 ticks on the boss, like tuk. I don't know if it's 7 or something. But what's very important when you run in as Barb is to stun him. Make sure he's stunned when the minions is hitting the poison clouds, because then they're popping crisp and sentence. So stacks, yeah, you have to get a feeling on what your damage is. So stack as long as you can, and then run out, run back in. The Barb stuns when before the minion hits, so you get full crisp and sentence. It's a GG boss. It's actually a pretty good boss. All right, I think that was every Rift Guardian. If you have any questions or you want me to get more details from the boss, make sure to comment down below in the comments, and I will try to do my best to answer it. And yeah, else I will see you in the next video. Bye.